Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going over all of the different campaigns which are ending with this coming maintenance. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is today is Mother's Day, so make sure to send a nice little message to your mom and to say Happy Mother's Day. Now with that being said, let us go over all of the different campaigns which are ending. The very first one is the Super Treasure Scratch as well as the pre-announced Urgent Quest. So remember how we can run the Urgent Quest twice and all of the mobs have their HP decreased by 30%? This will be ending with the coming maintenance, as well as the ability to obtain the Super Treasure Scratch tickets. So for the next few days before the maintenance, please make sure that you actually do all of your dailies of clear quest 1, 2, and 3. Remember, you do have to clear any type of quest, but it excludes the Arks Chronicles. The fastest way to do this that I found, especially when I don't have much time, is actually this right here, the enhanced enemy. It literally takes 3 seconds. Like, you just break the little enhancement piece at their back and you one-shot the mob and you're done. All right, you just run this at rank 1 and you can just run it back to back 3 times and you will instantly complete clear quest 1, 2, and 3 and get 6 tickets every single day. Now you don't have many days left because, you know, once maintenance kicks in, this ends, but this is a guaranteed way to get 6 tickets very easily. Now, of course, whenever there's an urgent quest, you do want to run it because every time you clear an urgent quest, you get 2 tickets. And since we have the double urgent quest event that is going on, you actually get 4 tickets every time an urgent quest comes up. So you really want to take full advantage of that so that you get a bunch of these Treasure Scratch tickets volume 3. As you can see, I have 112. However, if we look at the scratch itself, Treasure Scratch here, it doesn't go away until next week, so you don't need to worry about spending your tickets before maintenance. You can spend it after the maintenance, you're gonna be fine. But you want to make sure that you collect as many tickets as possible because of all of the prizes over here. Personal shop use 3 days. This is the big one. This is one that's super important because there's a preset skill, enhanced success, and substitute level 2. This guarantees fixer level 3 on whatever weapon you want or whatever armor you want, which is very valuable, especially if you're using a wing guard. Now on top of that, there are also a bunch of valuable items such as the end augment item protection, the preset skill item protection level 2s. We've got some master cubes, and then if we scroll down a little bit more, you've got a bunch of normal high-end capsules as well. You know, we've got regular Grand Dread Keeper, Gladiasoul, Gigas Masse, Halphinales. These are all very nice to have. However, something a lot of people sleep on is actually the guaranteed rewards over here. As we can see, the scratch count bonus. I've actually scratched all the way down to 75 already because I needed the selector ticket in order to get my Fixa 5 onto my katana. However, there are a bunch of guaranteed rewards that you get over here which are pretty nice as well, including 5 beta reactors. This is actually 500,000 Meseta right here, so you do want to make sure that you do scratch all the way to the very bottom so that you get all of these goodies over here, because there's a lot of free items that you just get. So regardless of how lucky or how unlucky you are on the actual items, maybe you don't get the preset skill, enhanced success, and substitute level 2, it's okay. You can actually use the selector ticket and guarantee this item. That's exactly what I did because, well, you know, it's 0.04% drop rate, so obviously I didn't get it. So I just used my selector ticket and I was like, screw you RNG, I'm picking up this item. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the Super Boost campaign will also be ending with the coming maintenance. As you can see right here, May 15th, we will no longer get the rare drop rate plus 150% as well as the fixer drop rate plus 150%. However, do not worry and do not panic, because if we scroll up and look at the Halpha Super Origin Festival, you're going to notice that starting from May 15 until May 21st, we have another Super Boost campaign which has a question mark. And what they hinted at in the NGS headline is we're actually getting a greater boost starting from next week. So 150%, you know, this was a pretty substantial amount. However, I believe we will get like 200% or even 300% rare drop rate starting from next week. So do not panic. You know, you don't need a binge this week if you don't want to play. It's perfectly fine to just take it easy and wait till next week until we see what on earth the new rare drop rate is, because for sure it's going to be higher than 150%, which is pretty cool. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the Refine Revival May 2024. This is an SG scratch scratch. However, there are a bunch of really notable items from this scratch. First of all, of course, there are the guaranteed items over here, or the scratch count bonus. So you scratched 40 times and you will get a selector ticket that you can pick whatever you want. But more importantly, in the prize list over here are, of course, the bunny suits. The bunny suits are incredibly popular. Now, I have them bound to my account already because they came out before in a previous scratch, but nevertheless, if you do not have your bunny suits yet, and if you do want them, it's probably a good idea to pick them up, because keep in mind they are not tradable in the personal shop. So if you did want a bunny suit, you might want to pick this up ASAP with star gems. Now, if you don't believe in your RNG, the worst case scenario is you will spend 2,000 star gems, and then you'll be able to use a selector ticket to pick whichever bunny suit you want. Now, something to keep in mind regarding the bunny suit is the bunny suit version 2 does not have high heels, versus the regular bunny suit has high heels. All right, so depending on what you need, maybe you want the high heels, then you want to pick up the regular bunny suit. If you don't want high heels and you want to use your own shoes, then you want to pick up the version 2. All right, that's something that you do need to keep in mind. Now, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about are, of course, the AZ scratches. So the remix motion is going away. However, more importantly are, of course, the type 1 as well as the type 2 voice collect, as some of the voices, especially in the type 2 category, are actually going to insane prices already, especially the featured ones. You definitely want to take a quick look at the featured ones. You can give it a listen, see if you like it or not, and then check the prices. As you can see, this one, the woman's edition voice 193, is actually going for an absurd amount of money already, and there's still supply for this. When this scratch goes away and the supply dries out and people buy out all of these voice tickets, you know, the price goes up pretty quickly. So definitely something that you guys need to take a look at, especially since there are so many voice tickets. Alright, with all of that out of the way, the next thing I want to remind everyone is, of course, the Arks Records this week is relatively simple. It's just West Alio-Solo, so just make sure that you do it so that you get your 20 Arks Record badges. Now, as usual, you want your Arks Records in order to pick up any of your weapon camos over here. Remember, these are color variants, so they will change the color of your photon arts, which is pretty awesome. You can always pick up some more star gems over here if you need them. Now, a common mistake a lot of new players have been making recently is getting Arms Refiners 2 as well as Arms Refiners with your Ark Record badges. You do not want to do that, all right? If you need any of those things in order to, you know, limit break, upgrade your weapon, so forth and so on, you want to come to Arshi over here, and she is actually the Genesis Point exchange person. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see Arms Refiners as well as Arms Refiners 2. You're going to buy all of them. You get 40 Arms Refiners as well as 20 Arms Refiners 2 every single week. It's only going to cost you 4,000 Genesis points. It's super cheap, super easy, and you're going to have more than enough to limit break and upgrade whatever you need. All right, so super important. This is where you want to pick these up. Now, since we're in the Genesis Point shop, I do need to mention that you do want to pick up your 5 Master Fragments as well as your 10 Boundia capsules. These are the essentials every single week, because remember, all of these items reset weekly. So if you need any of your orbs over here, which honestly I don't recommend because Rayar weapons aren't better than the Zover weapons, you might as well just pick up the Zover weapon instead. You know, you can always pick up your CDs over here if you still need to upgrade any of your skills. And then down here, there are a metric butt ton of LC capsules if you need them. So definitely make sure to buy out stuff that you need from the Genesis Point shop. Now, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Aegis Integra exchange shop. So scroll to the very bottom. Let's see if we have any Neo A weapons. We do not. So we just need to buy out all our Aegis Soul 4s, and we're going to buy out all 50. As we can see right here, boom, exchanged. Then we're going to buy out our Dominas over here. This is actually going to give us 25 of each of the Dominas. So we just wipe it out and buy all of them. So once you've bought out all of your Dominas as well as your Aegis Souls, the next thing you want to do is, of course, come to the item lab, go to exchange enhancement materials, augment capsules, and we want to make our Halphinales. As we can see right here, we can actually make 4 Halphinales. We're going to exchange that, and wabam. Now, once that is done, we're going to check if we can make the Lux Halphinale or not, and we can actually make 1 Lux Halphinale, so we're going to do that. As you can see, it costs 10 Foundia capsules, which we just so happen to get from the Genesis Point shop, and wabam. And there we go, we have obtained 1 Lux Halphinale, which is going for 3.5 million. So, you know, that is money that we did save. However, those prices are going down. Now, the next thing I want to go over is the Growthment exchange shop over here. First, scroll to the very bottom, click on Growthment, see if you have any Vershmail weapons that you do need to change into extra Growthment. So I did have one weapon over there. Then we can scroll up here, buy out any of the LC capsules that you might need, as well as a bunch of extra TA discs in case you still need to max out any of your extra abilities. The next thing is, of course, the Growthment Exchange Shop 2 over here. Scroll to the very bottom, Growthment 2. Exchange any of your extra Zover weapons that you don't really need. Wow, we actually have a Fixa Fatale 3 over here. That's a little bit unfortunate that we can't sell this or give it away or whatever. But nevertheless, we can exchange all of our extra Zover weapons over here into extra Growthment. So we're going to do that. And then you can use your extra Growthment 2 in order to purchase a Zover weapon with a Fixa Fatale level 1 on any weapon that you want. So that is also pretty nice. Next up is, of course, the Dreadscale Exchange Shop. Make sure that you do pick up your TA Customization Disc X. This is time gated, so you can only buy one every single week. So make sure that you do buy it. However, there are other ways that you can get it, such as the Genesis Point Shop and stuff like that. So you can always do that. Remember, the event shop's not going away, so you still have time. You still have plenty of time, actually, to spend any of your seasonal points. But I definitely would farm up a little bit of seasonal points, especially, you know, here and there, so that you don't need to binge like crazy near the last week. But there are a bunch of items that you definitely want to buy. As you can see, I bought out all of the alpha reactors, which gives you like 1.6 million Meseta. So that's a lot of money. We've got Dreadkeeper 5s that you can also buy. You've got the Gigastat 4s that you can also buy. There's Master Cubes, Master Fragments. There's a lot of really nice stuff in the event shop. So you do want to make sure that you do have enough seasonal points to buy out all of this stuff. I've bought out basically everything. There are also a bunch of anniversary special scratch tickets as well. So this is actually 80. So you can actually buy 80 of these tickets. So make sure that you buy that as well. But then again, the event shop does not go away, so you have plenty of time. And last but not least is, of course, the Alliance Exchange Shop over here. So make sure that you spend your Alliance badges in order to pick up your 30 star gems over here. This is a weekly thing. And then again, if you still need more Genesis points, let's say that you are a new player, you're starting out, you can always buy 7,000 Genesis points over here. So make sure that you actually do that.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.